All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Dream Catchers Fishing channel. I am on my new ride. If you haven't seen the video on this boat, you should 100% go watch it. I bought this boat here, I'm not kidding, for $16,000. It's a 2005 Nitro. It's got a 250 horsepower Mercury Verado on it. The motor has 80 hours. It's unbelievable. I mean, just the Kelly Blue Book value on the motor itself was like $17,000. What a steal. We ended up recarpeting it, adding new seats, put all new electronics, trolling motor, batteries, the whole setup. And today I'm going to be talking about what units I'm running, why I went with certain electronics, why I went with a certain trolling motor, and continue to really educate you guys on why I feel like I've really set this up to be the best boat for my style of fishing. So first things first, I know it's a wide angle lens. I'll turn you a little bit right here. So right here, I've got two 126 SVs. What that means is they're 1/2, which is 12-inch screens, and the 6 Garmin uses as their mapping. So they have mapping features. These two are linked with a 9-inch unit up there that I'll show you in a minute, but I just have a 9-inch unit purely for mapping. And the reason why is I like side scanning and I like seeing where I am on the map. So I like my topography, so if I'm out on a ledge or I'm out on a point or I'm on a flat or something, I can see where I am in regards to the topography, and then I can use that side scan simultaneously and, you know, see stuff off to my left or off to my right. So with this, I'm using a GT56 transducer. The GT52s are what I had on my old boat, and I'm not kidding, you just couldn't see anything. The GT54s were really nice, and then Garmin just came out with the GT56s. So this has your traditional 2D sonar, your down scan, and your side scan. And what's nice is when I'm seeing stuff off to my right or off to my left, I can literally come here, I hit mark, I drop a waypoint, and then it shows up, because these 3 graphs are linked. It shows up on my map here, it shows on my map up there. Now up there I do have another unit, not only just the 9-inch unit, which is running my mapping, but I've got a 16-inch, that's right, 16-inch Garmin that I am purely running live scope on. And the unique thing is the 126 SVs and then the 93 SV, that is a poly, a high resolution poly, but it's a plastic screened unit. The 16-inch is glass, which means more pixels, higher resolution, way better processing. I'm gonna get a way clearer image with my live scope. It's 16 inches, so I can see way out there. Really not a need to. I like keeping it at 100, but that is my setup. I'm running the 9-inch for the mapping up there, the 16-inch for the live scope, Panoptics, and then I got these two, one for mapping, one for side scan, and that's my deal. Now I'm also running an Ultrex, and we'll go up there and talk about that Ultrex here in just a minute. All right, so with 4 units on this boat, you could imagine it's pulling some serious electricity. So what I'm running is an Ionic 12-volt 125 amp hour cranking battery, and that battery is the cranking battery for the big motor, and then all the units on the boat run to that deal. It's 125 amp hours. I genuinely feel like that's a ton. I mean, I run these boats hard when I was guiding and then tournament fishing, whatever. I would only use maybe 60 to 65% of that battery in a given day, so plenty of battery left over at the end of the day. I really have had great success out of the Ionics, and obviously I go lithiums. Lithiums work just like your cell phone does. Your iPhone works perfectly normal with 1% battery life, but when it's dead, it's 100% dead. So it's a cliff, it just kind of falls off to 0 and it's dead. These lithium batteries keep their voltage for so long. They're absolutely awesome, and I'm running 4 units on this boat, have 0 problem, as well as the supercharged Verado on the back, which obviously, small alternator, it's going to send some voltage back to it to keep it charged up. But that is my lithium setup to go along with these electronics. All right, so right now I'm hanging out, I'm side scanning. I'm not gonna bore you or turn this just because it's really sunny and there's a bad glare, but you know, obviously I'm close to the bank. there's some laydowns and stuff. I can see them on my side scan. That's kind of part of being out in the mountains, is if I just want to go kind of side scan out in the middle, it's only about 250 foot out there. So not like Texas or Florida where it's about 14 foot and there's some good brush piles that they get on. The bass don't live out there. They live on these big bluff slopey things on a lot of the stuff. But I'm going to this flat right now and I'm gonna idle around it and see if I can't find some boulders and some offshore stuff these fish might be relating to. I'm hanging out trying to teach you guys about my lithium setup, and some random chick right there just busted one. It's like, I'm kidding, that's my mom. Lily out here at Big Papa today. That's who you need to talk to right there, Big Papa. If you want these units, this setup right here, super saucy. Like I said, got my mapping here, got my side scan. I just went by some brim beds right back there that are sick, and then Emery's blocking the units up there, but unbelievable. I'm over here trying to teach you guys about electronics. Mom's over here jacking jaws. How big is that one? 7 pounds?
Yeah.
Is it closer to 7 pounds or 7 inches?
7 ounces.
7 ounces. That's probably accurate. Now Big Papa getting in on the action. Yeah, America! America! July the 2nd. Throw that thing in the air like fireworks, Lily. That poor thing. Why'd you do that? Well, looky what I've caught. The first fish on the mighty new rig is not even a bass. It's something that I might live line down near the dam. It was pecking it like crazy. Look at there. Dang rainbow trout. And I'm talking about perfect eater size. I felt it thumping it, tap, 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 tap. I'm like, I'm gonna just let you eat it. How about that? All I gotta say to that is, kind of funny. Well, while I'm at it, let me show you my front setup, because I've shown you the back setup. While I'm at it, let me show you up front. I've already showed you the dash, but right here, this is what we're working with. Up here we have the mapping, and this unit here is networked with those guys there, and then I've got this big old 16-inch glass unit all by itself with the Panoptix on an Ultrex. So you've probably heard me in the past beat up the Ultrex and talk about how it's not a very reliable motor, and that was the case when they first came out. They were having all kinds of circuit board problems, steering board problems, you know, just the electronics within the trolling motor itself were a pain in the butt. And guiding every day like we were, it was just not a hardy, rigid solution for guiding every day. I mean, we literally went through 3 trolling motors in each boat in 1 year. Now, thankfully, they were all under warranty and everything, but we ended up switching back to the Fortrex. Now, since I'm not guiding near like I was because I'm working on my fish tips company, I can use the Ultrex because I'm not beating it up. I'm not guiding every day. I'm not just absolutely getting after it. So I'm not going to be using it quite like I was, you know, freaking 7-8 days a week, or honestly 10 trips a week. And that's with taking Sundays off. I was doing 2 days, 2 trips a day, a ton of times. So, you know, I'm back with the Ultrex. The reason why I like the Ultrex with the Panoptix, it's so tight. When I point, it stays. I mean, no doubt, you know, I've seen these products now with the Ghost trolling motors, the Lowrance Ghost. They have the yellow stick that points. They have to do that because the arrow on the Ghost trolling motor and the Panoptix with the foot doesn't line up. It's so annoying. So they had to make the little yellow stick. But honestly, the best trolling motor, without question, I think, with forward-facing sonar is the Ultrex. Just when it pins, when you mark a fish or something, you know, like here you go, we're seeing some fish out here, 80 foot away, 25 foot of water. There's one in 35 foot of water. But if I see some fish out there, I can literally just pin that trolling motor and not worry about it moving. I also liked the Garmin Force, but the Garmin Force is really heavy, and I mean, it links really well too with the Garmin products, but I don't know, I just like the Ultrex. I got Spot Lock, you know, it does its thing, it does everything I need it to do, and I feel like that's enough. Like I said, it holds really tight. And that's what I don't like about the Garmin, because it's not cable assisted. there's some play, like when you're in your pedal, it's like you can like turn your foot down or hit the pedal down and then it turns, and I just don't like the little split-second delay from when I'm trying to turn and navigate, and even when I'm scoping out there using the Garmin Force, just that little bit of play. I have success with it, don't get me wrong, but that little bit of play freaks me out. The old Treks, when you turn it, it pins and holds really nicely. So that's what I got going on. Like I said, I've got the 16-inch unit up here that's solely Panoptix, solely live scope. There's two good ones up there shallow. Let's see. Back. There they are up there. I might try to catch them. But anyways, live scope all by itself. And then I've got the 9-inch unit that's connected to the 212s back here for mapping, side scan, all that stuff. Really efficient boat. This is when guys fish on tour, whatever they're fishing, it's this kind of setup. Something for side scan. Sometimes they're running 3 units. Sometimes they're doing mapping, maybe even double mapping, because Navionics map, Lake Master, Sea Map, they all pick up different little contours and everything. So anyways, but that's my setup. And yeah, how about that? First fish on the boat was a trout. That absolutely blows my mind. I did have a wolf pack going up the bank earlier. I was like, let me look shallow. I saw five of them cruising. I threw the bull shad, trick shad at them. I worked it, twitch. One came up, smoked it, didn't get hooked. Another one smoked it. I set the hook and it fouled up on itself. And I was like, really? So anyways, I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's good luck or bad luck. We'll see. But anyways, I appreciate you guys watching this video. Thanks a ton. If you enjoyed it, like it, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We got awesome content coming out, always on the water, catching big bass, chasing big bass with big swim baits. It's what I love. So anyways, I'm out. See ya. Oh yeah, second fish on the boat right here. Biggin', baby. Largemouth. Finally the right species though, right? We're in a bass boat, not a trout boat. Biggin'.